no willpower, or I just wasn't smart, I'm just a drug addict that just wants to do drugs. It was none of those things. I really wanted to be clean. I'm a functioning addict. I had a career and a family, and I still had lots and lots and lots of issues, and then a lot of physical issues. But to fast forward now to the end, around May 26th of last year, 2014, I was living in Wisconsin. I have a 4-year-old daughter and my girlfriend. I had an ultimatum, and I went out and used again. I was going to I think I was part of Celebrate Recovery at that point. I kept doing 3 weeks and go out, 3 weeks and go out, 3 weeks and go out. I couldn't figure it out. So they were gone. My sister called me, Mary Kay, and said that her neighbor, Helen McFadden, as a Plexus representative, and she thinks that it might help me because Helen kind of went through the yeast scenario, of cleansing your gut and gut health. So she called me and said, you're going to sign up as an ambassador, you're going to take these products. So in my mind I thought, this is great, I got another, get everybody off my back, it's another, whatever, this isn't going to do anything for me, but I'll try it. So what happened for me was the product came, I was by myself, I just jumped right in. I started right away with 4 BioCleanse in the morning, the pink drink, 2 boosts, just because when you come off of meth, you're like comatose. It could be months of you can't move. You just get up enough to get some bad carbs and eat something and go back to sleep, and you sleep for like 21 hours at a time. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to exist. So the pain of coming off meth is so great. It's easier to continue to use than it is to stop using, and that's really, for anyone that's got anyone related or a loved one that's on meth, that's what's going on. The pain is so great that it's not physical pain, it's just like you're so emotionally drained, and you want to feel better because you stop, but you feel worse. So I started with the BioCleanse and Boost, Slim, and the ProBio 5. And what happened for me was, like, after 5 days of doing it, I was drinking a ton of water. Because my sister kept calling me, drink a lot of water, and I was taking everything, and the Boost gave me enough energy with the Slim to kind of get up and function a little bit for a few hours, and then I take the probiotics. So what it does for yeast overgrowth or toxins, it did for the chemicals, the meth, the stuff that's in meth that stays in your body for a long period of time, as far as I'm concerned. It would do that, and I started feeling a little different, like, wow, there might be something here. And I was able to go outside, and my neighbors, I started telling, I wrote about this today on I have Addicted to Plexus page. I told them, I started running out to their car going, you guys got to try this stuff. And they just thought, I found another drug or I was on something else, and because I was kind of giddy, but that's kind of the story. So
How long have
it's
you
been, the year was June 1st for the meth. I haven't used since June 1st, 2014. And I wasn't going to quit drinking. It's another part of the story. I wasn't going to quit drinking because I'm not an alcoholic. I'm an addict. So I drank 2 more times after I stopped using and started the Plexus. Both times. The first time was like a week after I started. I felt so hungover in the morning because the BioCleanse, again with the alcohol, I don't know about anyone else who drinks, but for me, it just kind of pushed everything out, and I felt terrible. Like I felt really hungover. But I had to go do it again. So I did it on July 18th of 2014. There was a wedding on our property. I drank like 6 or 9 or whatever beers. I felt so terrible even before I got home, but in the morning I really felt bad, and I just decided at that point that, why take away the good feeling and euphoria and all the good things that were happening, and take it away with alcohol. So I just chose to quit drinking. It wasn't really part of my plan. And so July 18th of this year was a year for alcohol.
Plexus is on Facebook, and anybody that is suffering with any kind of addiction, it's great. And he has like 5,300 people already on there. Okay, and our last one, we're doing it. Come on over. Okay, we'll just do Tracy.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, Tracy can share for us. She's a newer ambassador.
I am 2 months.
2 months.
That's why I have my little cheat sheet. Hey, hi, I'm Tracy Costa, and 5 years ago I was diagnosed with hypersensitivity pneumonitis, which is caused by breathing in a foreign substance daily that affects your respiratory system. So breathing was really difficult. I now have only half of my right lung after numerous medications and a lung biopsy, I still was not getting any better. So I was introduced to Plexus by Sid Rodriguez, Vanessa's dad, and a really good friend, and I decided to try it. After 3 days, I was already feeling better. And right now I take the Slim, the Accelerator, the X Factor, ProBio, and the BioCleanse. And I just recently started taking the Fast Relief Nerve because I had veins stripped out of my leg as well, so I have a lot of numbing in my legs. So I returned to my lung doctor in January, and I'm hoping that for the first time I can pass my breathing test. So everybody keep their fingers crossed. And the energy, I have tons and tons of energy, and I've lost 12 pounds, and I've lost about a total of 9 inches everywhere if you add it all together.
You blew
So
up a balloon.
yeah, I can blow up a balloon now, which I know sounds a little odd for some, but yeah, I just wanted to try it, so I went ahead and tried it and blew it up, and then I started crying. And then I did it again, and it's just, everybody's telling me to make a video of that, and I'm like, well, really? They're gonna be like, why are you blowing up a balloon? So, but for me, it's helped a lot, and I will never stop taking these products. And that was one of the things I had asked Cindy, how long am I gonna have to continue taking them? She goes, believe me, you're never gonna want to stop, and she is so right. She is so right. So, thank you, Plexus.
Yes. So this is why I call this a room of hope. And every Thursday we're going to have these meetings, these testimonies, and they're local people. Next week's going to be a little different, like I said, because we're going to Skype them all in, and we're going to watch them up here, and you're going to hear from all over the country. Some people, you'll see them on the little flyer, who they are. I've already talked about half of them. So that's really, really exciting. Now we are done with this meeting, but I'm going to ask all the ambassadors if you could stay another 15 minutes. We have a very special speaker named Ruthie, and she lives in Minnesota, I think. I always forget. Ruthie will tell us when she gets on. And she's going to share just a 15-minute little tip on just staying positive. So, and kind of share her testimony. So if you wouldn't mind staying and listening to her, I'd really appreciate it. If you're a guest, you can leave, or you can stay because you might learn something too. We're going to put her up here on the screen. So is this ready? Just push the buttons.